in New York in this general area. We've got to get the pandemic under control. We've got to get the R naught below 1. We're not doing it quickly enough. I do not understand why the American government collectively has not been able to get this under control. Pretty much every other democratic system has been able to do so. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Without getting it under control, people are not willing to go back to work. They're not willing to risk their personal safety. They're not willing to send their kids to school, and the teachers are not willing to teach, and so forth and so on. So that's got to be the highest priority. Once that's in place, I think the systems will come back fairly quickly. People miss being each other. A Zoom world is an okay transition, but people like to be together. They like to work together. I don't think everyone will work from home all the time. I think, in fact, we will return. It will take a few years. New York has been through many such scenarios, and New York will return as well.
One of the things, though, that I think does have people concerned is what happens to the tax base. There is this security issue and safety issue that people are concerned about right now in the city. Are these things you talk to the governor about? And what can be done between now and a vaccine or a therapeutic? There's still not enough testing, even in New York. I mean, I think there was an idea back in March when this first happened that come by the fall, we were going to, people were going to be doing surveillance testing, and whether you were symptomatic or not, all the time. And that's how you get people back to school and get people back to work. And yet, even in states that by the way, I think we made some early mistakes, but hopefully we've gotten a lot better, still don't have all the testing in place to give people that confidence.
There are plenty of states that don't have mask rules that are effective. That's idiotic. That's unsafe, and it's leading to people's deaths. That needs to get addressed. Part of the reason the Northeast rate has been so low has been because people went through a really traumatic experience in March and April, and they all understand. In New York, people are wearing masks, and they should continue. The real failure here is that we did a multi-trillion-dollar bailout in March, April, May, and yet in those trillions of dollars, we did not put in place the necessary structures to do rapid testing. There's plenty of technology that allows for rapid testing, and with rapid testing, corporations could open, people could go to work. The test specificity and accuracy of these testing systems is quite good now. However, they're not broadly available still. That's a tragedy. If it were the case that we had reasonably uniform mask wearing rules and we had rapid testing, we could get back to work.
Would you still invest in testing right now? You talk to a lot of venture capitalists. They say, look, if we spend the money now, it's possible that if there is a vaccine come 3 or 4 months from now, it might have actually been a bad investment to invest in testing. Though there's others who say, look, we're going to be dealing with this for many, many years. Continue to invest in the testing. We're going to be needing to do surveillance testing a year from now, even with a vaccine.
The virus will be with us in one form or another for the rest of our lives, hopefully under control, just like the flu. We will need forms of testing to make sure we keep it under control. The investment in such a thing is not only patriotic and good for humanity and a good moral thing to do, but it's going to be a very good business. Trust me, if you could bring out a reasonably accurate testing system or a reasonably good antiviral right now, you become a very, very wealthy person.